It's the little world of YouTube, Archie. Horror stories, poems, and lyrics. I have another story to recite. Came up with this about a couple weeks ago. It is a true story. Nothing I imagined or dreamed of like my other ones. I just wanted to, I think it is time to get this off my chest. I really haven't talked to many people about this. Very few I have, but I just think it's time I share it. It is a big, I can say, part of my life that needs to be shared. I will explain at the end, though, why I came out with it and why I think it should be here. But other than that, I'm going to read it, and hopefully you enjoy it. And it is called The Man in the Tree. It was the summer of 1984. School had been let out for summer vacation. A young boy was heading out for a day with his friends, starting off with riding their bikes through the town of Air, Mass. Then they went to the park to play ball. Then afterwards, the boy and his friends went to one of the boys' house to play Atari. Finishing up the day, they went to the Five and Dime store to grab a famous slush puppy and a microwave cheeseburger. Something new to the young kids that was fun to do back then. Then the end of the day was here, and the boy went home, and walking through the door, the boy's mother, brother, uncle, and some friends were having a party. Back in the 80s, everybody knows having a party was a thing. Kids there or not. Heading for the shower and getting ready to watch the boob tube and get settled in for the night, the boy's uncle asked how his day was. Telling him of the day, the uncle was all about awesome. Sounded like he had a blast. It's like, the two were always talking and having fun, joking with each other all the time. The summer was going well, and the boy was still wandering the streets with his friends, just being kids. Then one day the boy got home and the same people were visiting, hanging out. And the uncle then came out saying, "Hey, how about we have a day together? We'll shoot some hoops, play some baseball, and take a cruise around in my classic ride. Then go to the diner." Now this was not your ordinary diner. It was all stainless steel inside and out. It had the old jukeboxes that sat on the table and played 45 records. This place also had 5 phone booths that had the door that slid shut sideways, and a light that came on from the ceiling when you shut the door. It was just like being in space to the boy, and he loved it. The boy would even go there when he was riding his bike himself. He would use the bathroom, make pretend to be talking on the phone just to go in and mess around. This place was like a feel-good place. If the boy was down and out and was feeling bad, and now he was going to have another memory. Some fun hanging with his uncle. Going to bed that night, him and the uncle talked about the day, and both said they would see each other in the next day. The next day came. When the boy woke up, the boy felt strange. For some reason, he thought to himself, "I didn't have a dream." This boy would always have dreams. But last night it was like pitch black. Like he was sitting on a wall looking into the sky. and there was no stars out, just black. And when he woke up, feeling very creepy and strange inside, he began shaking it off and just trying to get ready for the awesome day that was planned the night before. Heading to the bathroom and noticed that everyone had their heads hung low that was sitting at the table. Tears streamed out of his mother's eyes, coming out of the bathroom, and now very curious of the sight he just saw, he asked, "What's wrong?" Out of nowhere, his older brother jumped up and screamed in his face, "Shut the fuck up." Then his mother screamed in the older brother's face, "Leave him alone. He don't know what happened." Then the brother stormed out of the house. And the mother, still tearing up, told the boy to sit down because she had to tell him something. Very confused and choking up inside, he knew this wasn't good. Then she said it. "Your uncle hung himself in the tree out back in our yard." The tears began like a bad rainstorm. The boy ran to his room, and from a distance, he heard his mother say, "They're still trying to find out why." Days went by and the boy tried to do things to keep his mind busy, but now and then he would find himself in this river of tears. After a few years, he was getting the hang of dealing with that night. Then it came, the reason why he did what he did. Still having nightmares of this and so on. The night the boy's uncle left the house after planning the day they were going to do, he had to meet his girlfriend at the time at the diner the boy used to love to go to. There they talked, and when they were done, the uncle went to hang himself. It was always haunting the boy, even to this day. But it made him wiser before getting into relationships with a woman and how to deal with his emotions if this was to happen to him. The story was the uncle was told by the girlfriend she no longer wanted to be with him, and she was already seeing another man. Now you're probably wondering if the boy is still alive, or is he in a relationship, or how you, the writer, would know all of this stuff. Are you his friend, a person in the neighborhood that heard it in the local news? No, none of the above, because I am that boy. And like I said, this story I wanted to get out. I will be doing more stuff about my life and stories in here. Hell, do my own biography, whatever. But this part of my life, I mean, it's just choking me now, you know. As soon as I wrote this out, I mean, I almost bursted out in tears just reading it over, just do the spell check and everything. But I mean, I never forget that day. I'll never forget that day unless I go senile, Alzheimer's. But yeah, we did plan a day out. That diner was torn down, but back then when it was still up, I mean, that was one of my favorite places. I loved that diner. It just brought me to like a spaceship. It was like a huge spaceship, because it was, like I said, stainless steel in and out. It was how they made things back then, and you don't find them diners no more. But knowing that I was gonna go there with him that next day, and to explain the dream I had, it was even though the cops the ambulance. My uncle's rest of his family there, his older brother is the one who cut him down from the tree. But there was a lot of screaming, the chaos and everything that was going on that night in the backyard. I did not hear one peep of noise. I did not hear nothing. And like I said, my dream, it was just pitch black. It was like I was just sitting there looking around. I mean, I had the dream. It was a dream, I could say. But it was black with nothing. I could not understand I could feel why I was having this dream and feel of what the hell kind of dream is this? It was just astonishingly strange and freaky. And the only thing that now that I'm older to know what really maybe have happened is that, yeah, as soon as my uncle killed himself, I don't know if his spirit came in the room and covered me like a shield, but I mean, I never did see him after hanging from the tree. But you know, the next day, right, my brother was, I don't know where his mind was, but yeah, I just asked a simple question and boom, it just, my older brother, and it was just like, okay, well, why did I even get up this morning? And, you know, he didn't have this, my uncle saying, hey, let's go out the next day and do this and do that. No. It's just, everything that night and that day, it was just strange, weird. I felt weird, and the dream was even stranger. Just, man, you can't explain how I felt. And that's one thing I think I did mention it in one of my videos, but I just wanted to put out the full story right now. And I just put it, writing it this way, of course, because I did it for another story website thing I'm trying out. But other than that, I mean, man, that day and that night, it's still speechless. But that is one of my experience I had being in that my time. It only goes to show where my life has been, in the ruts. I mean, to love someone as much as I did my uncle, and to get that, that day smashed up just for a woman he was in love with, supposedly, and I don't know, that woman, yeah, it made me wiser, made me think, I better watch what I'm doing when I get involved with a woman, so I don't want to go off killing myself with some many fish in the sea. I mean, guess I can say I'm fortunate now. I found me a soulmate, pretty much, someone I can be with. I don't have to worry about that, but if it ever comes down to that, and she leaves me or whatnot, and finds another man, tell her all the time, so be it. I ain't gonna cry over it, I ain't gonna go kill myself. Hell no. Move on. I got better things to do, like write. Other than that, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I still got a lot of stuff coming forth, and some of it is new that I gotta write down, get it ready. And I need a printer for my other thing I'm gonna do on the life with the devil, the truth about the devil or whatnot. Because I need to, and I got, like I say, I got my video I want to do on the Last Supper with Jesus Christ. Because that picture to me, after I just studied it like a month ago, nothing but pure evil to me, what I see. And I mean, like I say, I got a bunch of stuff coming up. Just got to get it prepared and ready. This came out quick. I mean, I do got other short stories I just recently did that are short, quick. Maybe I'll put them up. But until then, YouTube, I'll see you on the next video. Big salute. Out.